Hi there, we all welcome to week 12, which is the final part of this course. I'll be looking at the final wrap up and real world thinking. It says the design is problem solving. The design is basically problem solving and thinking like a professional. There's a visual example here by the right. So every design begins with a problem. For example, restaurants need more customers. The church need people to attend an event. Companies need customers to trust them, and charity need donations. What is the designer's job here? The designer's job is not to basically create something beautiful only. It's not to decorate, but it's to solve a specific problem. And there's what we call functionality versus aesthetics in design. And it means that a design can be beautiful, but ineffective. It might have flashy colors, flashy logo, flashy typography, flashy elements and all, but it can still be ineffective if it's not communicating like the right message. While a design can be simple and still be highly effective. So before you start designing, there are some questions you should ask as a designer. First, who is this for? Who am I designing for? Who is the target audience? And secondly, what is the goal? What do we want to achieve with this design? What message are we trying to pass across? The third one is, what action should people take when they look at this piece of design? Are you trying to motivate them to buy, place an order, or to attend an event, or to show up at a program? The fourth one is, what problem am I solving? What problem are we solving as a designer? What problem are we solving with the design? So every design decision needs a reason. The typography that will be used, color, spacing, and image, everything should support the objective of the design. A design without purpose will basically look random. When you just design something without having a purpose in mind, it looks random. While a design with purpose will look intentional. When there's a purpose behind the design, it's definitely going to look intentional and communicate the right message to whoever is viewing it. So there are frameworks for every project that you should consider as a designer. First is understanding the problem. Understand the problem that you want that design to solve for you. Understanding the audience, the people that design is that are directed at. Exploring ideas, designing, like doing the actual designing, then testing the design for review, then improving, which is also iteration. So what do clients want from your design as a designer? They want more sales, they want more customers, more awareness, more registrations, more trust, more donations, and so on and so forth. We've mentioned this earlier. Questions every designer should ask: who is your audience? What is your goal? What action should viewers take? Where will this design be used? So there are ways that we can measure the sources of a design. There are sources metrics that we can use. First is, does it bring about increased engagement with the brand? Does the design has improved readability? Can it be easily recognized? And is the brand having higher conversions from that piece of design? So how to keep improving as a designer? First, learning never stops. The best designers are lifelong learners, meaning you continue learning every day and practice intentionally. Quantity helps. The more you practice, the better you get. Reflection accelerates growth. And also, as a designer, you should seek feedback. You don't wait until your work is perfect. You can seek feedback from respectable mentors and colleagues. You can also build personal projects, create posters, rebrand existing companies, redesign apps, practice consistently. And also study great design. Don't just copy a piece of design you see maybe on the net, social media. You can try to redesign it to your own taste. Analyze the design. Why does that design work? And how do you think it can be made better? Also learn from critic. Feedback can reveal blind spots in your design skill. And you should also learn beyond software. Software changes over time. There recently Affinity rebranded and they are here again. We don't know another software that will be around in the next 5 or 7 years. The main thing is understanding the principles of design. The software will always change. There will always be new technological development and all. Also, follow great designers. Study how experienced designers think and present their work. You can do this by following the graphics designer or visual designer that you admire on Twitter, Facebook, or LinkedIn, or other social media networks. You can also keep a design journal, collect ideas, sketch, write observations, build a portfolio. We've explored this before. And you can also build observation skills, notice signs, packaging menus, advertisements, and websites, and just try to understand why it was designed that way. And you should also learn from mistakes. Mistakes are inevitable, and every failed design can teach you something. You should also stay curious, ask questions constantly, and compare yourself correctly. This is very common. It's a common problem for like beginners in design. You will want to compare yourself with somebody that has been in design space for like 15 years. That's wrong. So you should compare yourself. You shouldn't compare yourself with professionals already. Just compare yourself with your past self, who you were like 3 months ago or a year ago. And this is very important. You should read design books. You don't necessarily need to read like the whole part of the book. You can just get that book and ask some agentic AI models to summarize the important part for you, and you grab it. So you can read books like The Design of Everyday Things, Don't Make Me Think, Still Like an Artist, which is a very popular book for designers. You should also build good habits, practice, review, improve, and repeat. So design workflow, this is just like a conventional workflow for design. First is understanding the problem, researching ideas. This way you have your mood board and all. When you and also generating ideas, doing the actual design, which is the fourth step, testing the design, refining the design, and 7 point, which is delivery. So what is your responsibility as a designer? Design influences behavior, choices, understanding, trust, decisions, and all. And as a designer, we have to use that influence responsibly. We have to use our influence as a designer responsibly. And 3 questions we have to ask before every project: what problem am I solving? Who am I designing for? How will I know if it worked? So we have a final assignment for the wrap up of this course, and it says choose one real world communication problem. And you have to create a design solution and write a short explanation covering the problem, the target audience, your design decisions, how your design solves the problem. And you have to present your work as a case study with visuals. So this is the thank you page. Thank you for completing this 12-week graphic design course. And over the progress of this course, we've learned that design goes beyond aesthetics. It's about problem solving, communication, and creating meaningful experiences. Becoming a great designer requires practice, curiosity, observation, and learning from feedback. Analyze others' works to understand design successes and failures. Each project is a chance to enhance user experience. Your commitment and enthusiasm have been appreciated, and I hope you've gained practical knowledge and a new perspective on visual communication. Best wishes as you continue your design journey. So what's next? Practice what you've learned, build your portfolio, share your work, and ask for feedback. And subscribe for more design lessons.